Hi guys, today I thought we'd do a bloom just for a bit of fun. That star is made out of MDF. Okay, all I've done is got a piece of MDF, cut a star out of it, gave it a bit of a sand around the edges, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. You don't need to prime the MDF. All you do is sand the edges, make sure it closes the grain of it, that way it doesn't soak the paint into the edges. Okay, let's rock this. So we're going to do a bloom. I'll probably modify it if I don't get too carried away with the amount of paint I put on, which I probably will, because you know what I'm like by now. Now, some colours that I put down will be a little thicker than others. I do that because I'd spin the pillow out. So by putting a thicker colour down on the bottom, it acts like a pillow. And all I want is my colours to slide across the white, but not spread out too far. So that's the easy way of doing it. And you notice I'm not putting overly heaps of colour down on this one, because it's such a little star. I think it's about 8 inches, 9 inches, something like that from point to point. The colours, there's no real point telling you what the colours are because I modify all the colours that I use. Nothing's standing out of a tube. Only the ones I tell you I haven't modified, I'll tell you the colours. The rest of the time it's pretty much pointless, because you know there's 5 or 6 different things that go into making up my colours, each colour. So a lot of interference colours go in there, pearls, different micas, different brand micas I mix and match. Just because I can, and I like my stuff to be one of a kind. So even I can't replicate the exact same colours. I can get it pretty close, but I can't do it identically, which is what I like, so that if somebody does buy something of me, one of my pieces or whatever, it's there's only one. So okay, we'll put some of this blue down. But 90% of this stuff I'm putting down is mica pigments, like this little piggy, Pearl X, and Day Glow, which is another one. I also use some, what's the name of it? It is, what is it? Mental blank. LBB Resin is the company. They do their own brand of pigments for mixing in with resin. You can still use it in this stuff, it works fine. Even cheapy mica pigments work really well. It's just when you get to stuff like this little piggy, it's quite a nice product. Tends to mix in really, really nice. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Notice that one on the top's a lot thicker. That's because I'm going to sit cell activator on top of that. Because I've used mostly all pigments in this, because it's thicker, even though it's a pigment, and it's usually going to sink the cell activator straight through it, it shouldn't, because it's a lot thicker than the other colours. There's a trick for you. Alright, let's torch them bubbles. Don't go too hard on it. Don't get too close, you'll cook the paint. Okay, cell activator. Ta-da. Amsterdam lamp black. Mixed with Australian Floetrol. Roughly somewhere between 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Thereabouts. It's very rare that I actually measure anything. You just, over time, get to know what it looks like. Alright, I'll blow this out. Camera's in the way, and I've got a cable hanging out of my ear hole, so you might not be able to see it. But you'll hear it. So what I do is blow that out like that, and then blow it across. So your first blow is actually to just blow it out. The rest is blowing it across. Okie dokie, I choked myself on the cable, so I screwed the pooch on that one. No big deal, we'll wreck it. Problem solved. So, grab a skewer. Put some crazy patterns through it. Which I do anyway, because I can't help myself. See there, that section, that's where I blew too hard and went into the pillow paint. That's why you get that white section. You've actually blown the colours out, and you've gone into the pillow. So to hide it, you can just run your skewer through it, give it a little bit of a pattern, and no one's any the wiser. Unless you're watching the video. Alright. Let's play with that one. We'll give that a spin. See what happens. I definitely got to get myself some wireless headphones, because these ones are just a nightmare to work with. Okay, so give it a little spin one way, a little spin the other way. Now realistically, it's only the paint that's on the top that's sliding across the top of your pillow paint, because I've already spun the pillow paint out. That way, everything doesn't stretch out too far and go crazy, and I still get my negative space at the edges to do some fun stuff with. You can draw little flames coming up into it if you want. Drag some purple through. Okay, give it a little spin the other way. You're not going too hard on it, just nice and slow. Steady wins the race, apparently. Okay, that should be enough. So, if I pop that up. Oh, got it. Hit that in the light. All them lovely little interference colours that I've mixed in with the pigments and tube paints all pop through. There you go. Now, before you finish and put it on the shelf, grab yourself something to scrape underneath with, because all that excess paint, like that, where is it? There it is. That sits underneath, drags the paint off the top. And when it does that, it distorts your composition on top. You like that? Composition. I'm learning all the big words now. And it destroys your design. Like, it ends up real whacked out. All your cells end up a weird shape, and half of it ends up on the table and breaks your heart. Also, where you have these drying, make sure they're perfectly level. So grab a spirit level. What I usually do is stick a tile on top, grab a spirit level, check both directions to make sure it's perfectly level. That way you know it's perfectly level when you put your piece on. What it is there is what it should dry as. Because if it's sitting there tilted and you've got too much paint on, everything's going to run off to one side. Okay? Hope those little tips and tricks help. Please hit the like, share and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. You'll get to see all my videos as I release them. And thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. I'll try to answer them all. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Alright guys, take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.